Hi, this is Becky Gromlich. Welcome to the watercolor classroom and Tuesday tips. Today we're going to learn about a tool that helps you to get your darks dark and your lights light. These two little squares are just made from watercolor paper, and when I get a hold of some paper that turns out to not be the quality I want, this is one of the ways I use it up. And you can use scraps as well, and it really helps. So I've painted this little leaf and I've put some shading on it, as you can see, but it still looks kind of flat compared to the picture. That means that the values are off. That almost always means the values are off. And so the way I use these is I put them onto the picture and on the same place on the painting, and as you can see, that is not nearly dark enough. And so I'm gonna go make it darker. And then I'm going to dry my brush and go around that edge to make the edge soft, dry it some more, and do that again. Rinse it, do the final edge. Okay, that looks a little bit better. I still think that we're not dark enough. See, we're not. So we'll get a little bit darker and just put it right in this spot, right up here, and blend that in. It's still wet, so it should blend a little bit. And then we're going to go over to this side. I always turn my paper and my picture because it helps me to get it right. And as you can see, that is considerably lighter, and so we're going to add to that as well. And this whole edge here is darker than what I painted it. And this darker part comes up almost to that point of the leaf, kind of scoops around like this. Of course, we don't want a sharp line scooping around, so I'm rinsing my brush, drying it off, and I'm going to soften that edge. And then I'll do it again, rinse it really well. And there now we have, there's still this sort of circular shape here that I don't necessarily want. Okay, so that's better. Let's check and see. Still not dark enough. And still not dark enough down there either. So this one spot is darker than the rest of the top of the leaf. So we'll just go along there a little bit. Bring that down. It's a little bit splotchy because the leaves get various colors between the veins. So we're going to try and leave some of that splotch in there. Okay, I think that's about it. And now we need to get this leaf darker, because look at this. Oh my goodness, that's way, way off whack. I'm not going to leave that totally white. As you can see, I've already painted it. I think the sun washed it out a little bit, or the camera, the imperfect photographer that I am. We're going to put this in very dark. This is still green, this is Hooker's green. And then same thing, I'm gonna dip my brush, dry it, and soften that edge. And then rinse my brush, dry it, and get that last little bit so that it fades up. And then do the same thing over here in this part that has the shadow. And that part goes up pretty high, and oops, that leaf wasn't dry there. When that happens, you can get a tissue and press it down, and it kind of stops it. Now rinse, and soften. And then this, it goes a little bit darker on this side, and then a little bit darker at the tip. So even though this isn't going to be as washed out, I'm still following the shading that's on there to give that curvy look to the petal. Leaf, not petal. All right, now let's use our tool and check and see what that looks like. Okay, that looks pretty good. This is a little bit blacker, but since it's almost a black, I'm gonna go with the dark green on that. And I am gonna soften this just a little bit by adding a little bit of paint and washing it out. Okay, and there we have a much curvier leaf. And you know, you can always see more things that need to be done. I got a little bloom there, so I'm going to try and get rid of it. And then the veins. That's the tool to have, easy to make. Hope you tried them. If you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.